Hi, my name is Dave. I'm your host. You're listening to the last podcast where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If you're just finding us, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the show. And if you are returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you listening, and I hope you continue to find tips, ideas, and value, and a little entertainment at times from listening to this podcast. Today is Poetry Friday, but I know I always have a poem for you, and I have one, but I want to talk real quick about how I create a poem. And whenever I start to write a poem, I listen to a certain music or a certain song, and I actually listen to unrecognized or unrealized talent. And because these people are not in mainstream music, but they have beautiful music, they have beautiful instrumentals, and I sit and I listen to it and I get in that mood. And if you're a writer, you know what I'm talking about. You sit there, and you don't even have to be a writer, but even if you want to play ball, or how about a boxer, he has to get in the zone before he gets out there. Whatever it is for him, it could be just psyching himself up, looking in the mirror, or getting hit a couple of times, or just exercising and punching and doing shadow boxing. It depends. You getting in the mood, you're getting in the motion, you're getting yourself geared up to do something, right? Same thing with a writer. A writer, he has to be set in a mode, or set in the mood, or create and make his environment conducive to writing. And for a poet, that is the same thing that we do. So real quick, I'm going to say a poem, and I'm not going to say the whole thing, but I'm going to show you what one song will do, and I will show you what the next song can do. So the beginning of the poem that I was writing by listening to a soft but slow instrumental, I want you to hear the difference in song choices. I'm not going to play the music that I was listening to, but you'll get the point. I see the reflection in the glass pane window. I stare into the abyss as I daydream. I smile while in pain no one will ever know. So I work out to blow off steam and have a level of control. Hoping the pain doesn't become too extreme, your love has abandoned me. It's hard to see through the clouds with clarity as you transitioned and no longer with me. I stand lonely. Now, I'm going to stop right here because that poem went one way, and when I change the song, you'll be able to see the difference in thought patterns. So this was the second song that I put on. In the pursuit of excellence, we train daily for mastery. Training becomes the bedrock of our cornerstone. Our true potential relies on the activities that we do. Those are the things that we do when we're all alone. Nobody sees the blood, sweat, and tears when they're looking at our accolades. The sacrifices we made over the course of the years. They just see the fruits of our labor. Oh, he's talented. That's hot. Oh, they got flavor. What about recognizing what it took to get where they are at? Complimenting them on the real hustle, because without sacrifice, there's no reward. And that's a fact. Whether you're training for professional endeavors or for a deeper understanding and aim to become clever, consistent practice through repetition is how you'll outshine your competition. If what you're doing is not working, take heed and listen. Through your discipline, perseverance, and resilience, you'll materialize what you envision. Settle your mind, because over time, you will receive the byproduct of what you have been given as you develop new ways for prosperous living. Foster consistency by instilling rituals and productive routines. Do whatever you must to stay on course and never give up on your dreams. Life is not always sunshine and rainbows. you're going to endure a little strife. But if you change your habits, you can literally change your life. That was the second poem. You see the difference? One is about sorrow and loss, and the other one is about motivation and inspiration and becoming all that you can become. And I think that's how life is. I talk so much about change and training and practice because it's true. When we train for something, we become better at something. Whatever it is that we train for, whatever it is that we want to strive for, we have to put in the time. And that means that, when the dust settles and no one's there watching, you still got to put in the time. You got to put in the work, because that's how you become better. When nobody's watching, when nobody's listening, when all the dust settles, you're there still putting in the work. You're there still studying, trying to get that degree. You're there still trying to figure out a better way. That's how you outshine your competition, by staying focused, laser focused, and doing whatever it is you have to do behind the scenes to become the best version of yourself. Hey, listen, I told you I had a poem, and I hope you enjoyed that poem. But next week I'm working on a poem right now, and I think it's going to be a real good poem. So it's taken me several days, and I keep changing it, keep having revisions. But when next week comes, I really want to make sure that I have it right, and if I don't, then I'll go ahead and read a different poem. But still in all, I thank you so much for listening. I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to enjoy what it is that I have to share with you. So thanks again. You're listening to Dave at The Last Podcast, and this is where dreams come true. If you want to hit me up, you can hit me up at dave@thelastpodcast.info, and you can also do it by 972-284-9518. So don't forget to do me a favor and share this podcast with your family and friends, co-workers, and everybody you get an opportunity to change it for, because this podcast is growing. I thank you. I thank you so much for listening. Have a good day and enjoy this music. Again, my name is Dave. You're listening to The Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Dave with The Last Podcast. Have a blessed weekend.